Good afternoon. How are we all? This is InterTrash Chat. Of course. Music's a little bit loud. Yeah, calm down. Welcome along. How are you all doing? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a lovely Monday so far, whatever you're up to. Just me today. I'm not going to stay for too long. Just a bit of a natter over a cup of coffee. Really, are we? I look very, very grey. That's weird, isn't it? Minihood 1997, hello, how you doing? Hope you're well. Lovely to have you watching. Be great to get a few more of you on board. It's a Monday. Now, today I had booked in Fran Gibbons, who is an author, but she sent me some really lovely notes. Really lovely notes. Things that she wanted to talk about, because I asked her the kinds of things that what I was going to ask. Morning, Steve. How you doing? And I said, do you know what? If you can, let's move it to tomorrow. And then we can. It gives me a bit more time to focus on it. Is basically the idea. That was my premise, because I want to do it justice, because it's really fascinating. Story, really. Hey Tim, really fascinating story. She basically started writing this book when she was 12 years old, and it led up to her landing this major publishing deal where she's got a multi-book deal. So it's just a really fascinating conversation. So I just wanted to spend a bit of time thinking about what I was going to ask her and the kinds of questions and that kind of thing. So rather than do it today and rush, because I've been working this morning, I thought, you know what? I'll spend a bit of time tomorrow, have a little bit of a think, and then take it from there. So you've just got me today, and nothing in particular to say, really. Just a little catch-up, a little natter with you, whatever you've been up to. Hope you've had a great weekend. The weather's been amazing. The weather has been very, very good here in Dorset this weekend. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I have saved one or two little notes, actually, throughout the week. I've started doing... you look great. You look like you've just got out of the fridge. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just going to turn the camera off and on again. Hang on. See what happens here. No, still. I don't know how to change that at the moment. I'll do it when I've got time. I'm not sure why. It's a bit weird. Anyway, my website olliepearce.com. Just make sure you go there. If you sign up for the newsletter, it's something that I'm going to start doing on a regular basis. Going to try to anyway. But to get things going, I've been sort of saving links. Do you know what? This is way more interesting. I gained a new nephew over the weekend. Wow! Congratulations! It's weird though, isn't it? I've got a nephew. I remember when he was born, and I remember thinking, yeah, it's cool, but what do I do now? You know, the role as an uncle, it's like, well, you just sort of do the best bits. I haven't seen him for ages because of lockdown and all that kind of stuff. And I first saw him, he was in like one of those little handheld seat things. What do you call a cradle thing? Just on a kitchen table. I was like, oh, this is what all the fuss is about, is it? This is why our parents are giving you way more attention than me, is it, brother? And yes, that is the reason why, because they got themselves a grandchild. But congratulations to your sister or brother, and congratulations to you for doing literally nothing. You did nothing. Unless you did, and there's something you're not telling your other half, or your brother, or whatever. What's the URL again? olliepearce.com. Not working. I think you find it is, Tim. Let's have a look. Oh shit. It's not working. olliepearce.com does work. It's there. I'm on it. I'm on it, man. What's up with you? Your computer. Look, I'll put it in here. Let's do this. Both. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Douche. Have some of that. Have some of that, Warwood. Anyway, so on the newsletter front, I've been putting together links. Congratulations, Minihood 997. I've been putting links together for stories that I just kind of want to sort of mention and talk about, really. I mentioned one the other week, as it happens. It was did I mention it? Yeah, I think so. It was the drones. So there were some drones that basically they used to do like light displays to tell people about. Oh, hang on, what's he saying? You have to use HTTP. Yeah, but that's not secure. HTTPS://www. That's so weird. That's so stupid. Why is that? I'll figure it out. Anyway, but they did a light display to remind people to socially distance themselves from one another. So like, let's see if we can see this. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Hang on, I'm in the wrong. Here we go. Can you see that? They are drones. They are drones above South Korea. I've got video of it. Watch. Here it is. I have mentioned it before. Look at that. They are actual drones flying above South Korea, reminding people to social distance. I just think that's so cool. Love that. I mean, it's so. But I've sped it up because I had to. I wonder if this will be the next big toy, right? So, look at that. That's cool. Like drones are, in this country anyway, the legislation on drones is a bit tricky, right? You can only have one if it's like less than 250 grams, or you have one that you don't have to register. So above 250 grams, you have to register the thing, which is a real pain in the ass because nobody wants to do that. So, I wonder if the next toy will be like a swarm of drones. So you buy this is cool. So you buy a kit and it just comes with 20 mini drones, and then you can just program them to do little light displays and stuff. That is an awesome idea. I reckon these sorts of drone displays might take over some New Year fireworks. I actually think what will happen is that they'll be incorporated somehow, because you can't beat a firework. I mean, the drones are really impressive, but you can't beat a firework because of the noise and the flashing and all that kind of stuff. Like, I know I sound simplistic. I am. But they're amazing, right? So I find it. I don't think there'll be many firework displays that go, "Do you know what? Forget the fireworks. Let's go drones only." But I think that the amalgamation of the two. So imagine the drones like that, but the drones got fireworks on them, and they're firing fireworks into one direction. Oh my god, it'd be amazing! Any pyrotechnic experts want to hit me up? I'm here. True, boom's a big part of the experience. It is the big part of the experience. It's huge. Anyway, so it's things like that. What else did I pick up? Oh yeah, segways. You know the Segway? Let me try and find this one. I've got quite a lot of links on here. Can you see that? You can't really see that, can you? My phone is so bright, it's ridiculous, actually. Here, can you see that? All those links. Yeah, here we go. The Segway is going to be retired. They're not making it anymore as of this month, which is really sad. So the Segway is that thing. Do you know that thing? You've seen them? You see the police on them every once in a while. American police more so. There's some funny videos of people completely going arse over tit on them. But they're getting rid of it. And I was looking into this, right? I was like, oh, well, that's weird that they're getting rid of the Segway. What are they going to do instead? And they've, do you know what? Let's go onto the internet. Let's do this. Have I got an internet window? I'm not very good at this. I need to, because I want to show you this. I want you to see this. So I'm going to do it. Just bear with me. Bear with me a second. So I've got to Google. Just bear with me a second, team. Bear with me a second. Window capture. This is why I want to be prepared for Fran tomorrow. Yeah, there we are. Right. So, let me just plot that to one side, like that. Yeah, I don't need to see all this stuff. It's what I'm basically saying is I've got all this streaming stuff going on in the background. Okay, so Segway have their own website, right? And on the website is scooters and all that kind of stuff. But where is it? Yeah, except cookies. Is this? This thing. Look at this thing. Segway Lumo robot, right? Which is just... Now, hang on a minute. I might be able to do something here because let me just sort something out here. Let me just sort something out. If I've got that, I'm just trying to use my head here. It's really quite difficult. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna have to watch. But anyway, watch this thing. Watch this video. So I don't think you can hear the audio, which is a bit of a shame. But it's basically a robot that can follow you about. You can ride it. And it just takes pictures of you and follows you about. So this is Segway's future. This is what they're planning on doing by the looks of things. Yeah, what is it? So it's like a cross between a DJI drone, right? And personal transport thing. And you just ride it around. So they're ditching the Segway, the actual Segway, in favour of this thing. And I'm actually a little bit hooked on it. I think it could be really cool. Anyway, I looked at the price. They're like 2,000 quid, which is a lot when you think. But I mean, is it better than an electric bike? I don't actually know what the see the world through Lumu. It's called Lumu. Let's have a look. Look. The thing is as well, you look like a tosser. 22 miles you can do in one charge. I wish I knew about this before. I just did a podcast of how to make your commute more interesting. I wish I knew this was the thing. Because I would have absolutely reached out to Segway to see if I could get one of these. Because look at it. And it can't be legal, can it? I mean, they banned hoverboards. I almost want one in the house. I just look at it. Segway, let's see how much it is. Yeah, £2,069. The temptation is that they'll have it to you in 2 to 5 working days, which is just... Oh, it would be so cool, wouldn't it? Oh, man. Anyway, it's of interest to me. I'm interested. I want one. I don't have £2,000 to spend on one. Right, so let me just go over what's going to happen this week, okay? Because I didn't fully appreciate how Joe says buy it. Joe, if I had £2,000, I'd buy it. It does look like fun. I like I'll tell you what is good for it. You'd appreciate this, like because it's got the camera and stuff. I wonder if it looks like it can track you. So imagine it tracking you. You know, if you were doing I don't know something, skateboarding or on a bike or whatever. You know, I think it could be good for that. But for £2,000, but it's also this thing. You buy it, it does all of that, and it's also your thing that you can ride around on. 22 miles. It would cover most people's commutes, wouldn't it? 22 miles. I mean, even we know you get a commute. Anyway, Joe Rackley, I want to get you on here, please. Tell me when you're free. Yeah. So what's happening this week? I didn't fully appreciate how difficult it would be to nail people down in their time and that kind of thing. It's proved rather tricky, but that's just a lame excuse. So, my plan is to keep doing as planned this week. Tomorrow, Fran is going to come on. I'm trying to rebook Ade because he can't do tomorrow. So, I'm going to hopefully rebook him and have somebody for Friday. And, of course, we've got Thursday. But then, as of the end of this week, I'm going to take a little bit of a break for the summer. The idea behind taking the break is to not throw this together quite so haphazardly as I am doing right now. And have a little think about how it can operate and what to do with it, and to make it way more interesting for you to watch and to listen to whatever you're doing during the day and the time and that kind of thing. So I'm going to spend a bit of time focusing on that over the summer period and then come back towards September time. I might do 1 or 2 between there, but that's the plan. I just want to kind of... I've also got to, reality has struck and I've got to focus on other work and other bits and bobs as well and spend a bit of time doing that. So there is a bit of that in the mix, but the main reason is to hone this, sort of embryotic idea that it exists at the moment. Sort out things like the fact that I look completely grey right now. Sort out promoting it, getting guests booked in, and making sure that, you know, when you tune in every day, you know that what you're going to get is really very, very good, not me just sat here drinking coffee. So I hope you really appreciate that and taking that time off. So we'll get through this week and then I will take that break. That includes from InterTrash Live, which is the quiz on a Thursday night. I will be taking a break from that as well because it takes an awful lot of my time. So I still would very much like recommendations. A few of them have come in, which has been brilliant for people that you'd like me to talk to and chat to, the kinds of people. And I am chasing those. I am following those up. Again, if you head to the link, olliepeart.com, which is up there on the comments, and just go to the feedback form, the contact form there, let me know who you want me to speak to. And that'd be amazing. And then I'm going to have a think about what time of day this goes out as well. Is it an evening thing? Do we do it at sort of like 6 o'clock? We're going into September, evening's getting darker, that kind of thing, rather than a lunchtime thing. But just going to sort of play it by ear over the next couple of months because a lot's changing day by day. A lot of things are sort of progressing rather quickly at the moment, and we don't really know where we're going to be by September. So be interesting to see. So that's the plan. If you've just joined, welcome. I was just letting everybody know that one or two changes afoot as of Friday. Can just sort of take a break for a couple of months and come back in September. Full force. So I can focus on other work, but also make this much, much better. So anyway, like I say, go to my website, get that feedback in, let me know who you want me to speak to. Any suggestions, welcome. You can put them in the comments here if you want. I know a few of you have done that already, and like I say, I'm already pursuing those recommendations. So good. Back to the notes. You got any questions, by the way? Throw them my way. Anything you want. What else did I put in here? Oh yeah, NASA. This is a bit. This news is a little bit out of date, so it's not going to go in the newsletter. So I'll tell you about it now. But these kind of things that will go in the newsletter. NASA produced a smell of space perfume, which is mad. So apparently, space smells like. It's called Odor Space, by the way. It smells like seared steak, raspberries, and rum. I can't imagine that. Seems odd. Why would it even smell like that? There must be a reason. NASA's reportedly been working on the scent for over a decade, most of the time. But it was trapped behind red tape and bureaucracy. Weird. $29 will get you a bottle of Odor Space. So there you go. How did they figure that? Going to space. I know that sounds obvious, but there was one astronaut actually who described it. He basically said, it's really difficult for me to explain. What was his name? There is a guy in here. Tony Antonelli says space smells strong and unique, unlike anything he has ever smelled on Earth. I mean, he should come round here. But, yeah. I mean, it's personal experience. But it is interesting, isn't it? Because you're right. I think I know why you're asking that. Because when you're out in space, you're wearing a helmet. I'm assuming you're just smelling the oxygen in your oxygen tank. And then when you're on the International Space Station or in your shuttle or whatever, you're not breathing space, are you? Because you die. But maybe it works in the same way that your air conditioning works a little bit. You get a little bit of the smell of outside. Don't know. Maybe it's just the way that it changes your nose. Astronauts never leave spacesuits. Yeah, so they won't smell space. Yeah. We're on the same wavelength, mini hood. But yeah, you're right. Don't know. Space is vacuum. Can't smell. There's nothing there to smell. Well, look, man, this is coming from NASA. NASA have said this. I mean, it could, we could be highly cynical and say that it's a massive marketing PR ploy, but it's coming from NASA. What have they got to gain from advertising perfume? I don't know. I do love a coffee. I get it in my beard all the time. Anyway, Right. So, won't be buying any of that. Oh, yeah. Also, more space news was that the Chinese Space Agency, which I don't know what that's called, actually. Chinese Space Agency, maybe? Probably got a much more interesting name. But they discovered a green gel on the moon, which sounds proper sci-fi, doesn't it? It was quite interesting. It was one of those. Oh, sorry, I've been up since 5. It was one of those headlines of an article where you just can't help but click on it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, Chinese have found green gel. Oh, I know this is a bit of a bullshit headline to rope me in, but I'm gonna click on it anyway. And I did. And it kind of was. It was basically a perfectly legitimate find. I was hoping it would be like alien poo or something, and it wasn't. Which is silly, because my rational brain was like, it's obviously not alien poo. It'll be something really dull. But even so, curiosity got the better of me, and I clicked the link. Which was a bit of a problem. What was the website? Newsweek. That's all right. They're not going to spam me too much. So anyway, that was interesting as well. That happened this week or last week. And what else? Oh yeah, and we're going to run out of TV shows, which is fascinating. Basically, I had a chat with. If you listened or watched my conversation with Anna on Friday, Anna works as a producer and a director. You would have heard her say that basically all of her production stuff's just gone. She's not working on any TV shows at the moment. And an article in The Ringer was basically saying, look, no one's making any TV shows, so we're not going to have any TV in a few months' time. So I just wonder if we're going to see a lot more animation and things like that. Just repeats, probably. But anyway. My newsletter will feature witty tales interwoven with stories such as that. And in other news, the reason I'm taking a break as well, like I said, I've got to focus on other work. I've got to do things like my audio reel. I've never put together an audio reel before, which may sound surprising seeing as though I work in radio. I haven't done a proper one anyway. It was a very, very short one, so I need to focus on that, and they take quite a bit of time because you've got to... I'm not very good and I'm not very disciplined, so whenever I say something good on the radio, I just go, oh, I said something good on the radio, and I don't go and dig the clip out, which is bad form, because then you can put it in your reel if you know what you're doing, because people that have worked in radio for years know that radio changes a lot, so you should always have an audio reel. So that's about it from me today. And apologies that it's so short, but I hope that all makes sense. I hope you appreciate why I am planning on taking a little bit of a break. But just the way it is. Tomorrow, though, very excited to speak to Fran. That's very exciting. Like I say, please get your suggestions in for people that you'd like me to get in contact with in the coming months. And then from September, we will kick off all again, hopefully with more oomph and pizzazz and some freshness behind it all, which I'll be working on very, very hard for you. Trust me, I'm going to put a lot of work into this so that you all I want really for you is to enjoy it and come back day after day. There we go. So, have a lovely afternoon. I shall see you tomorrow, midday. Don't be late. It's not that one. It's this one. Messy colors, never be